Welcome everybody to episode number 7 of Minecraft Skyblock here on the Akuma MC server. Make sure to use my custom IP down below in the description to support me while playing on the server. For today's video, we're going to be building a melon farm. So since last video, we got to carrots instead of potatoes, because we're going to be going for nether wart for our farm. And as you can see, our island is way bigger now. We have expanded the farm like crazy. But if we go ahead and do /masteries, take a look really quick. We need to get melons going. And as you can see, we are about to unlock melons pretty soon once all these carrots are harvested. So first of all, what I want to do is use my hoe, and we're gonna go ahead and harvest all the carrots because we do need to get melons unlocked in order to actually start getting this going. So hopefully we should get some books. We're also going to be getting some farming XP from this, what's pretty nice, some skill XP. So if we take a look at IS Masteries, we need about 10,000 and we're at almost 7,000 carrots done. And apparently this is the right amount of carrots that we need to harvest, and they're fully grown, so this should be enough if I'm not mistaken. We also got a key, that's not bad, because I do think I have Treasure Hunter here on my hoe, so we should be getting some keys and also some books, what isn't too shabby. We also did change our Iron Golem farm design, what I'll show in a bit. Also, we just hit farming skill level 3, not bad. I'll take that. Let's take a look at masteries. We're currently at 8,000, so yeah, farming all this should be enough. Perfect stuff. Last video, I was told potatoes were the best crop. Apparently, it is in some circumstances, but not in like every circumstance, because you have to place water. You got to make sure it's actually watered ground, so then you need the water, or else you can't even do it. Nether wart is just more convenient, so we're gonna go to it. That's the plan why we're getting melons. So we're around at 9,000. We're almost done, and then we're gonna build a melon farm. Once we're done, I'll let my island members get rid of the rest of this because I do want to start working on this melon farm as soon as possible. Hey, skill level 4, not shabby. 400 away, we're so close. I think we overdid too much carrots. What's all good? I mean, it's free XP, I'm not complaining. But we did overdo it, that's for sure. Less than 10 away, here we go. There we go, carrot mastery level up. So that means if we go ahead and look at masteries, we have melons unlocked. So now we can start working on melons. Okay, so we're gonna start building the melon farm, and as you can see, we have an issue. So water, we can only place one at a time for 3 different blocks, so I'm gonna have to get a lot of water buckets. So I'm gonna go along and start trenching this out, making sure I get the first row of the melon farm going, because basically, if we take a look here, this is gonna be a seed, then this is gonna be where the melon grows. And then same with this concept, then the water, and then the same concept here, then water. Right here, we might actually put seeds as well, because we have enough room to just put less water. So I'm gonna quickly go ahead, trench all this out, and then we should be good. Okay, so all the rows are trenched out, as you can see. Now we need to go ahead and place water down. So I'm gonna go ahead, grab some water buckets, go to miscellaneous, and we're gonna buy like 4 stacks, might as well. So every few blocks, I'm gonna have to put a gap. So right here would be one, here would be one. And then I just gotta repeat the process every time. Every 2 blocks is where I place a water bucket. That's pretty much the gist of the water system. It isn't too difficult, it's just kind of annoying since we can't really use less water buckets. So there we go, we got 1 row done. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and start actually tilling this. So we're gonna till out this whole row here and this row here as well. So let's till these out really quick. But I think you guys get the premise of this. We put the seeds here, the dirt blocks, the regular ones, is where the melons are gonna spawn in once they grow. And we repeat the process all along this whole platform. So then we can get the mastery up to get to nether wart eventually. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this all done with my island members, and I will see you guys here in a bit. Since I last recorded, there's been a lot of changes to the island. First of all, as you can see, we don't have a melon farm anymore. We're completely done with melons if we go ahead and do /IS masteries. We're done with melons, so that means we have nether wart. And that's the only crop we're going to hire. We don't need any of these other ones. It's pointless. So now we also got rid of the other area of the dirt because we didn't need that as well. And we now have our nether wart area. I'm gonna build 3 of these, have like a 10 block gap or something in between to separate the different layers for each person on our island, because I believe all we need is these 5 chunks and 3 layers of them in order to actually farm nether wart completely. The only issue is we don't have our island perk up completely for the auto auto replant. We need to farm for that. I'm probably not going to get it done in this video, but the point of auto replant is so then we can just farm all this instantly and not have to replant it all. That's the whole concept. But what I do want to go ahead and do is actually go into the shop and then go to the gem shop here and buy a nether wart block bucket. Where is this at? There it is. So we're gonna buy one of these, and apparently these block buckets are insanely overpowered. A block bucket will convert your farming and grinding into block tickets. So basically that means we will get value from these. So it turns out block buckets do have a radius. I don't know the exact radius, so we're gonna have to figure that out really quick here. What I do know is I'm gonna make it right in the middle. So what I'm gonna do is have the block bucket right near the middle of the whole design and see if this works. Because if it works from down here, that should be good. If I'm not mistaken, this should work. Let's go ahead and take a look. So after testing a bit, I did find out the block bucket has some sort of radius, I think. So it is kind of annoying, but it'll have to do, and we're gonna have to put it close by. I did want to build the farm in a specific way, but it turns out this is just gonna have to do. So it's been a bit since I last recorded, and I do want to give one final update for the video. I do want to mention our iron golem farm. We're pretty close to having our iron golem farm almost like maxed out. I think we can put more stacks since they did update how fast hoppers work on the server. Apparently they're 4 times compared to what they were before. So now we can probably have like 10 stacks instead of 5 in this whole farm. So we're probably gonna have to go ahead and do that. My island members and I, we're gonna have to get 10 in each of these maybe. Who knows? We'll see. But the reason we have our iron golems up here is because dropping them actually is way more helpful than just having them spawn right in one spot, or else you're basically just losing money. So that's why we have them falling from the sky at all times, because it'll spawn more in as they're falling. It's just more convenient. If we go ahead and take a look in these chests, we're gonna make a ton of money here. As you can see, I have 44 million now. We're producing at least 60 million an hour, what is actually really, really nice. What I am not complaining, that is really good. I do have some crate keys my island members Ernie and Dividing gave me, so I'm gonna open those here in a bit as well. But we do have the nether wart farm going. As you can see, got a ton of block buckets already going. We've got 3 in each chunk. Essentially, when we're farming, you can see the block buckets will go up, and then once it's full, you just right click it, and it's gonna give you a block ticket. And that's why I have in PV2 like 4 stacks, because we've been collecting, and I have 4 stacks on me now. We also put some auto sell chests up here just so we have loot. As you can see, keys, for example, and books will flow into here, as well as it'll sell the extra nether wart loot that goes into there. So it's pretty convenient to have this little setup. Overall though, I'd say nether wart is the best crop on the server. Of course, you have to start your way out from wheat all the way up, but the crop you want to stop on is nether wart. As you can see, the buckets are almost full here. I'll give an example here in a moment. As you can see, it's now full, so if I right click it, boom, we get a block ticket. So I'm gonna claim these up for them, and I'll claim these ones as well. But that's basically the gist of the block buckets. It's pretty OP. So we're gonna go back to Island Go, and we're gonna do /crates. They also added on the server /salvage, so all the garbage loot that we get, we can salvage for gems now, what is very, very convenient. Anyways, /crates, let's go ahead and get this started. We'll go into the boat and the storm and a bit of cloud. They also did make it so fly time you can also salvage. Same with sell wands. That's an easy 120 right there. And then if we put in the fly times, we get a total of 560 just from all those keys. It's actually so nice. And now we have 5 storm keys we can go ahead and open, so let's do these. Hopefully we can get some robots maybe, that would be nice. Some mining robots, never mind, but we did get some salvageable items, so I'm not complaining. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching today's episode of Minecraft Skyblock here on the Akuma MC server. Anyways, I will see you all next time. Peace out. If you enjoyed the content you were just watching, make sure to check out some more.